Hello there, welcome to today's edition of Editorials broadcast from Canada. My name is Sandra Asante. Today we are drawing consent on Human Rights Watch accusing Ethiopian government for blocking help for rape victims, as well as the Ethiopian government seizing 16 UN workers amid efforts to halt Tigray war. So I'll be back after the break. Stay tuned. You're welcome back from the break. So a new report, we're starting off with the accusing of the Ethiopian government, and a new report by the Human Rights Watch has accused the Ethiopian government of blocking aid to health facilities and preventing rape victims from getting help. The 89-page report details the health impact, trauma, and stigma experienced by rape survivors aged 6 to 80 since the beginning of the armed conflict in Tigray in November last year. The Ethiopian government has in the past denied purposely blocking humanitarian aid to the region. The HRW accuses the warring parties of committing widespread sexual violence while deliberately targeting healthcare facilities, leaving survivors and their communities unable to get medical attention. It details the physical and psychological injuries that result, including sexually transmitted diseases, broken bones, stab wounds, traumatic fistulas, and post-traumatic stress disorder. The rights group says the African Union, the United Nations, and international donors should press the Ethiopian government and its allies to the conflict to halt abuses and allow international investigations into the alleged abuses. Now, let's look at the season of the 12 UN workers, and the detentions aggravated the already tense relations between the United Nations and the Ethiopian government over war and famine in the country's northern Tigray region. 16 United Nations staff members in Ethiopia's capital have been seized by the country's authorities in recent days. The chief UN spokesman said Tuesday, injecting new tensions into the organization's troubled relations with the government as it faces a year-old civil war and famine. The detentions of the staff members in the capital, Addis Ababa, also included an unspecified number of their dependents, said spokesman Stephen Dujarric. The detentions of the staff members in the capital, Addis Ababa, also included an unspecified number of their dependents, said spokesman Stephen Dujarric. So no explanations have given as to why they have been detained, he said, and the United Nations are seeking their immediate release. The civil war entered in the restive northern Tigray region, but spreading elsewhere in Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous country, has created an enormous humanitarian emergency affecting 7 million people and plunging tens of thousands into famine-like conditions. Mr. Dujarric said all the detained staff members were of Ethiopian nationality, but that could not specify their ethnicity. News reports from Ethiopia have said many Ethiopians of Tigrayan ethnic descent have been seized in Addis Ababa since the central government declared a state of emergency last week. Efforts by UN relief agencies to aid civilians imperiled by the conflict have been curtailed by fighting, blockades, and bureaucratic impediments erected by the government despite repeated pleas by Secretary General Antonio Guterres to allow unimpeded access. Ethiopian officials have accused the United Nations, Western media, and some outside humanitarian groups of sympathizing with the Tigrayan forces who have divided Ethiopian military's effort to crush their insurgency. Tensions between Mr. Guterres and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia, the 2019 Nobel Peace Prize laureate whose legacy and political future are now at risk from this strife. having gone into recent months, they took a sharp negative turn after Abiy Ahmed's government ordered an expulsion of 7 top UN relief officials on September 30th, accusations that they were interfering in his country's affair. Asked if Mr. Guterres was further frustrated by news of the detentions, Mr. Dujarric said the Secretary General is frustrated by the lack of ability to help people in need. Ethiopian officials had no immediate comment on the detentions. A message left for Ethiopia's United Nations Ambassador Taye Aske Selassie Amde was not returned. Mr. Dujarric reported the detention the day after top UN humanitarian relief official Martin Griffiths completed a 4-day visit to Ethiopia, including to the capital of the Tigray region, Mekelle. In a statement issued by the conclusion of his trip, Mr. Griffith said he had held constructive discussions with Mr. Abiy and his Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen on the challenges aid organization face in getting assistance to all Ethiopians in need. News of the detention also came a day after UN Security Council met to discuss the conflict, with all 15 members exhorting the antagonists to resolve their issues through political negotiations. This is where I end today's editorials. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sandra Asante. You should have a great day.